Hi, you guys. So as you know, we had to pick between The Endless Summer and Jaws to talk about in our vlog for this time. I actually decided to pick Jaws. Um, Obviously, Steven Spielberg is really great at what he does, and this has been noted as one of his best films. I actually watched Jaws for the first time, I think in 10th grade, actually for a film class. So we sat there and annotated it and talked about it, stuff like that. Um, I've always had the same opinion. I know that Jaws is definitely looked at as being one of like the best films. Honestly, it's not that I don't enjoy it, but I don't really love it either. It's not one of my favorites. I think it's good. I also just don't think it's as scary as everyone kind of hyped it up to be. But I think that kind of has to go with like the time periods and whatnot, because since it was created in 1975, I'm sure at the time for what was in films and whatnot, it was probably definitely scary for some people. I just don't think it was as scary as I had expected it to have been. But going on from that, the thing that I want to talk about from Jaws in this vlog is actually kind of the ways that Steven Spielberg, um, the tactics and like techniques and stuff that he uses to incite fear in the audience. Because this entire film is basically a way of trying to put fear in the audience, of like fear of the unknown, especially because it all takes place in water and you never know what could be in the bottom of wherever you are. Like it's always kind of scary. I personally don't like open bodies of water. I just don't. So I kind of understand the whole fear of the unknown thing, because you never know what could be in there. Um I think there are a couple ways that I think he definitely incites fear in the audience. And I think one of the ways that he does that is by the famous music that comes along every time we're expected to jump if the shark shows up. But he kind of does it in a way, though, where he uses the music sometimes to make us think that the shark is going to show up, but it doesn't. Or he uses it basically to let us know that, like, this shark is attacking, because obviously, since the shark's mechanics didn't really work out the way that they had planned, so the shark didn't get to make as many appearances as it probably would have helped for it to make, to add to the fear aspect. He kind of used this music, to this non-diegetic sound, to be like, this is what's happening. Like, we know it, but the people in the film did not know it. So we knew to be afraid for these people. We knew we should have this fear of, oh, this shark is about to attack. This person is about to die, essentially, from this shark attack. So I kind of thought the music was used as a way to intimidate us into fear, um, for what's about to happen. Um, there were a couple scenes specifically where I think he really helped do that, and one of them was definitely in the scene where the little boy Alex got attacked, because all these kids are playing and stuff, and you see him out there having a good time, which he wasn't even supposed to go back into the water, which is a really unfortunate part, because his mom had told him no. But then she was like, okay, 10 more minutes. And then he ended up getting attacked. But the music starts to play. So it lets us know, like, oh, something bad is about to happen to this kid. Um, One of the scenes I wanted to mention before that, though, which I forgot, but at the very beginning of the film, when the girl and the guy leave the little party that them and their friends were having, and they go over to this other part of the beach, and she goes out in the water, and it's not only the music that makes us think or makes us fear something is about to happen, but it's the camera angles that he decided to use, because he decided to use a shot in which the only thing we can see are her legs in this large open body of water. So it's just this small person within this large open area and this music playing, and it's like, what's about to happen to her? But you have a fear because you know something's about to happen, especially for the fact that he's at the bottom looking up. So everyone is kind of wary of the bottom of oceans anyway, because you don't know what's down there. It's fear of the unknown. You never know what's going to happen. And she was so far out, and the water was so deep that anything could have happened to her out there. But the music lets us know, oh, something really is about to happen. And then she starts to get pulled under. Um, there was another scene. This one didn't necessarily, well, there are two actually, that didn't necessarily end up in attacks per se, but they create a rise in the audience's anxiety because at this point we expect for any time the music plays the shark to show up, which is valid. But one of the scenes when they're actually on the boat, when Martin Brody and the rest of them go out on the boat to try and catch the shark, he's throwing chum into the ocean, and you see the fin of the shark, the music starts to play, the fin of the shark jumps up, he gets terrified and goes inside. And then obviously they try and kill the shark, but the shark just disappears. It's just gone. Nobody gets attacked. He leaves eventually. And then not only in that scene, but there was another one at around minute 26-ish. The two men wanted to go catch the shark because they offered a reward. So there were $3,000 for them to catch the shark and get the $3,000. So they went, but as they're waiting for the shark to show up and take that one man's, his wife's holiday roast, it starts to get pulled. So obviously they know the shark is there at this point. But the shark pulls it so hard, the entire, I guess you would say, pier that they were on unattaches, and that one man is on it. The music starts to play. So we're automatically assuming this shark is about to attack. This man is about to die. Thankfully, he gets away, but the music starts playing. And every time the music plays and somebody does get to get attacked, not only does the music play, but it speeds up. Which I actually noticed that. I don't remember which scene I noticed that in, but at one point when somebody gets attacked, I noticed the music speeds up if they are going to get attacked, which I think is more of a tactic to definitely incite the fear in us, but raise our levels of anxiety because we don't know what's going to happen. We're uncertain, which I mean speaks to a greater scheme of things, but definitely in this moment, we do not know what's about to happen. So I thought that it was interesting that he made it so relevant, I guess, in the movie. This music, this specific music, which we all know, even if you haven't seen Jaws, you generally know where that music originates from or what you associate it with. So it was interesting to me that he used it so much and sped it up if something was definitely about to happen to like incite our anxiety for sure, because it's true, you really don't know. Anything could happen at any moment. And it was interesting. One of the other things I wanted to talk about, camera shots. Not only did he use it in a way for us to have seen the lady's legs at the beginning, like I said, but mainly when I know it's not the only time, but I noticed mainly when the two men were trying to hunt the shark, he used a lot of shots in the water that were like eye level. So it was as if we were in the water, which I know one of his main goals when creating the film was to make the viewer think, oh, I'm the one in the water. I'm the one this is happening to. I'm in the middle of the ocean. Something bad is about to happen to me. And honestly, that was probably one of the main parts of the movie that just made me the most uncomfortable, and I guess incited my anxiety, just because I really do not like large bodies of water. So the fact that he did use that technique, I can understand because it incited my anxiety. Even though I already knew what was going to happen in the film, I had seen it before, but watching it again, it did it all over again, which I know is definitely his main goal of this film, and I think he definitely did that. Um, so aside from the music, especially if the music is playing and we have these shots of, oh, I'm the one in the water, I'm the one that's eye level, I can barely see anything because the water keeps going up and coming down, it's just adding more and more to our stress because we have no idea what could possibly happen. Either this music's going to fade away and nothing's going to happen, or this music's going to continue to speed up and something, the inevitable, is going to happen and we're going to get attacked. So I thought it was really nice that he did that. I definitely do think this is a, I wouldn't necessarily say it's one of Steven Spielberg's, I wouldn't say it's his best film out of everything he's done, but I do think it's one of his better films. Especially from reading the background information and stuff, I know that they definitely went over budget. They had issues with the shark, which I know is kind of one of the reasons we didn't see the shark as much in the film as it would have been nice to have seen, just because I think it would have, actually no, I take that back. I actually do like the fact that we didn't see the shark as much, because I think the fact that we didn't see the shark and we didn't know what it looked like aided in the whole music eye level in the water stress that we had to endure. Because if we had seen the shark, especially for the way that it was built and knowing that the mechanics weren't that good, and then seeing the shark at the end and you can just kind of tell it's not that scary, honestly. I think if they had shown the shark any sooner, it probably would have seemed like a joke. I think that would have ruined the rest of the film if we had seen the shark too early. There were definitely shots where the shark looked real and whatnot, but you could just tell the mechanics just weren't all that good, which you can't really blame them. It's not really their fault. Times were different in 1975, so I can understand. But that kind of leads me to my question. Do you think there was anything that Steven Spielberg could have done different or better to incite this fear in the audience for what we were supposed to be feeling? Thank you for watching.